high school drawing. Today I'm going to be working with you guys to show you how to get started on your hand drawing. I'm going to brighten this up a little bit here. There we go, that's better. Okay, now when you guys start this, I wanted to just show you, you should have all looked through the PowerPoint already and seen that your assignment that went with this project was to draw 5 hand poses. There's always a sketch assignment that goes with each project. So just kind of wanted to show you some of the kind of what we're looking for here. I only have 2 done on this page, but you really don't want to have them any smaller than what you see here, where you just can't really get in enough detail. Okay, so at the total you should have 5 poses done before you start this project, and it should be labeled Project 2, so that way we can count those for your sketchbook assignments. Alright, once you have your poses done, hopefully you have picked a pose that you think is going to be the one you want to use for your project. Okay, at some point we're going to have hopefully a project that looks something like this. Okay, it's a little bit blurred out here because of a little too much brightness. Let's take that down a notch. So there, now you can kind of see a little bit better the value that is involved in the drawing of this hand. Okay, you need to make sure you have at least 5 values present in your drawings. So this was a really nice one done by somebody. This was a really nice one done by somebody. They have the values, they have the basic shapes of the hand, and then the background has been filled in very nicely with at least 10 or more different patterns and images. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is do a quick breakdown of how you start this, and hopefully if you need more help you can watch some of those Proco videos that are also linked onto this assignment because they are very helpful too. So I'm going to be working on this pose. I've decided I like this one the best for my image. Make sure my name's on the back. Okay, I picked up this paper from the drawing folder, which you guys should all hopefully know where that is now. When you're doing this, make sure you start with a nice pencil. Make sure that you have a blending tool and an eraser. Okay? And you can use both of those to help do your value. So for today, I'm just going to show you how to do the shapes, and then next time we'll talk about doing a little bit of the value. Alright? So first, obviously, I'm left-handed. I'm going to be drawing my right hand, so I'm going to be posing my right hand off screen here, and I'm going to be drawing it. Okay? If you watched any of the Proco videos, they discussed how your hand shape is sort of a rounded square. So when you start, no matter what pose your hand is in, start with sort of this rounded square, sort of a shape. This will help you. Okay? So there is my very rounded hand sort of a shape. Now, when I'm building the fingers that come off, okay, I think about the joints, and each joint is a separate bone area, and each one I draw with a separate shape, so I'm going to be using rectangles. So notice how to get my thumb shape, it's first coming out of this left side here. I'm going to draw a rounded rectangle. That's for my knuckle right here that comes down into the palm. Alright? Now there's another joint right here that bends back for the tip of my thumb. Alright? So, as I'm holding this pose, I now create another rounded rectangle shape above that one. Alright? Now then, I want to look at these fingers right here. I have a rectangle, rectangle, rectangle. I have 3 bones in each finger, 3 places it's going to bend. Okay? That's probably the most difficult. Once you start realizing that you're building every finger with 3 rectangles and no less, it sort of helps because you're breaking it down into shapes then, rather than trying to draw the complex finger itself. So here I have 1, 2, 3. Okay? Drawing hands is definitely a skill. And of course you can adjust, as I said, and I can see right here I want to have this one come down a little farther because my knuckle actually goes deeper into my hand palm there. Okay? So, again, 1, 2, 3 shapes. Okay? Now I'm going to start working on my other fingers, which, on my perspective, you really can only see 2 other fingers behind this one. Okay? So Here's my first rectangle, and I only see half of it because it's hiding behind this first finger. Okay, so then I have second rectangle kind of coming behind, and I don't see the whole thing, so I just draw the first top part, and then it's hiding behind here. And then I have a very shallow place where I can see the top part where my thumbnail is, right there. Okay, and it looks very awkward right now, but I'm just trying to get the shape, so I don't care necessarily about texture and everything else. And then my next finger comes up a little more, goes directly across, and just because of the way it's laying, I guess, I don't know, it actually is a little shorter than that. So you just kind of keep adjusting. And notice, try and draw lightly at first, too. Okay, so there's like my little ring finger. And then I can see a tiny little bit of my pinky and the tip of my pinky popping up behind. All right, so now I'm going to just kind of do a little bit more of a line drawing to get where I have some big folds of skin inside those finger areas, just where the skin is overlapping. Then I also like to look right here, and you can see that those wrinkles correspond with the end and beginning of each rectangle shape. So really I'm focusing on where I see the most dark and concentrated value at this point. If it helps, you do have, your knuckles are sort of round, so I do like, sometimes if I am having a hard time building up the shape, I actually draw a little circle there. Because that just sort of helps me to remember that it's round. And then my wrinkles mimic that circle shape. Okay? And if it's too circly, I can always use my eraser and just sort of lighten up that stuff a little bit. Then I have another knuckle right here, and then it comes down. Always pay attention to your wrists. A lot of people tend to make their wrists super fat or super skinny. Alright? It's just another bone, so draw it in relation to the rest of your hand. I happen to have pretty skinny wrists here, so mine is going to be kind of bony looking. And then it should slope out a little bit and get slightly wider as it gets towards the bottom of your picture because it's your forearm starting. Okay? So now I have a basic, kind of looks like a robot hand at this point. Okay? Because all the joints have been drawn, similar to how you would make one if you were making a puppet or something like that. Okay? So the next time I'm going to show you how to add the detail when you are on the day 2.